Well, for more now on Peter Dutton's budget reply, I'm joined by Liberal MP Keith Wolahan. Keith, good to see you again. Thanks for joining us. We just spoke to economist Leith Van Onselen about the migration proposal put forward. Now, he says that the coalition should have gone even lower than 120,000 permanent migrants a year to make a real tangible difference. Have you struck the right balance in this proposal?
I think we have. It's always hard to forecast these things many years out, which is what we are doing ahead of an election. But the key thing to note is that this is important timing. We would, but for migration, have a recession on our hands. We would have a GDP per capita recession. And Australians know that. They know that when they go to the stores, they know that when they see the prices going up. And for small businesses who are really struggling to stay afloat, this is a really struggling economy at the moment. And so we need to do that hard work to make sure that we can grow the economy in a way that isn't just relying on a false economy that's coming from migration.
Yeah, and I mean, very few are willing to have a debate or even just a conversation about big Australia at risk of being called racist or xenophobic. But clearly this is a discussion that we need to have. How has it been received, this policy proposals so far? And what are people telling you about migration in Australia?
It's been received well, and my electorate is a very good test case for that. 70% of my electorate are first or second generation migrants. I myself wasn't born in Australia, and it is migrant families more than any other that are telling me that we need to make sure that the number is proportionate. And it's proportionate to certain things. It's proportionate to state and federal government's capacity to build the infrastructure, construct housing, preserve green space, and to keep people from spending an eternity in traffic delays. These are all complex infrastructure responses that each level of government has to respond to, and they can't do that properly if the number is out of whack. And it's migrant families that are telling me that it's out of whack.
The Labor Party has labelled the budget reply nothing more than just slogans and band-aids. I mean, Anthony Albanese says that Peter Dutton is a joke and said that he had nothing to say that was positive about Australia's future. What's your response to that?
I think people are sick of that. There's some serious problems in this country. And of course, as a government, we can reflect on things that happened in previous governments, and no government is perfect. But we right now have to solve the problems that Australians are facing. And one of the things I have noticed from this government is that they haven't made the transition from opposition, and they're very good with the one-liners and criticising things that other people did or other governments did. But they haven't looked in the mirror and said, well, this is on us. We are now controlling the levers of power and we can actually make a difference. So when I hear those lines, it is quite disappointing that they're not facing up to the challenges that Australians want them to solve.
Well, look, it's going to be a fascinating one to see how this does resonate with voters, but it's certainly a key point of difference to what Labor is putting forward. Liberal MP Keith Wolahan, good to speak with you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.